Hi YouTubers! Welcome to my channel if this is your first time, and welcome back if you're a regular. Today I was going to tell you about my curriculum choices for homeschooling 6th grade English. You may know that I pulled my child out of the public schools this last year and I'm homeschooling for the first time. I'm actually really enjoying it quite a bit, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to be able to do this. I've been busy for a long time, so it's nice to take the time with my child, and I think especially middle school is a great time to have some of that family bonding. That's really, really important, and I think it's paying off in dividends for my relationship with my son. So in public school, there was no grammar curriculum. Our school district did not have one. As well, there was a pretty loose writing curriculum. The public school had chosen Readers and Writers Workshop, which is a workshop-based writers program. Basically, they have the kids get started as young as they can and as young as they can write, and just start. They start writing all sorts of creative writing, and then trying to work to make their writing better, often reviewing each other's work. Readers and Writers Workshop had been frustrating for my son. It was hard for him to start in, not knowing where to start, not knowing what structure he was going for, not really understanding the basic fundamentals of English language or grammar. So he was having a hard time with it. When I was being educated in the public school system, it was a whole language time, and I didn't have great English teaching or curriculum back when I was a student. So this was an opportunity to do something better, I think, for my son, for my child, and give him a better foundation than I got. So pulling him out, we decided to move back to really basics. He was in an advanced program in school and was doing all right, but really English was his weakest subject. So it's something where we needed to do some work. Doing those essays in high school and college is really going to be an upcoming thing, so he needed to build up to that point. So we started with reading in history and Bible, not in English specifically. It was nice to have some Audible with read-alongs. And that really got him a lot more exposure to literature than he'd ever had. Hearing a lot of language that he wasn't exposed to, and it's really helped his comprehension come up significantly. To have that pacing and that structure and following along is really giving him the scaffolding he needs to move far, far ahead in his vocabulary and reading. So last summer we decided to jump in before fall and get started, and we started with a typing curriculum. I got him an online typing instructor for kids. It's marketed toward a little bit younger children, but he knew the point of what he was doing, so he got on board with that. He went through the whole cute cartoon island a couple times, which was great. And then in the fall, when we started the school year, he was finishing up his typing instructor. He didn't get to be super fast, but he got started, learned where the keys were, got a little foundation for being able to get his ideas down in an electronic form. So after that, I decided to jump in on some grammar. I went with kind of an advanced grammar curriculum, something that can be used in junior high and high school. So he's on a bit of the young spectrum for it. Analytical grammar. It's a great program. It's very in-depth. My child with almost no grammar background really was starting at the very beginning with this. So it's going a little bit slower than is recommended. They have lessons laid out in week-long sections, and we're only doing it 4 days a week. But my child is taking time and often dividing the daily lessons up into 2 parts. Grammar is a new thing for him, and it's a bit of a struggle. So it takes him as much time to do grammar as it does to do math or any other subject. So it really takes a lot of time, and dividing it up is fine. He's making a lot of progress. He's now at the middle of the year. He's about 3/4 through the first session. which is slower than is recommended, but he's getting a lot out of it. He's able to really look at sentences, analyze what's going on, know the parts of speech, understand how the words and phrases are working together. So it's really been a huge help. It's given him some confidence with the English language, which is exactly what he needed. At this point, well, starting a few weeks ago, we started into the last part of the year, which is moving on to composition. So we've had those steps, being able to type. He was excellent with handwriting, so we didn't have to work on that. But moving on to typing, which he was very weak in, and then grammar, which he hasn't had before, so that was a new thing. Now composition, and I picked a little book. You may not have heard of it, The Lively Art of Writing, and it was written quite a while ago. I think first originally published maybe in the late 50s. The author, Lucille Payne, does a great job. It's a very conversational, direct approach to teaching essay writing. Step by step, with exercises at the end of each section, which are wonderful. There were funny references, and he said, oh, now it would be about video games, not going out and doing drag races. So it's a little bit of a chuckle to give him some historical background to go with it. It's kind of nice. Just because a book is old doesn't mean it's not great. And actually, we're now about a third of the way through, and he's picked up the basic structure of essay writing. I assigned him a spur of the moment writing prompt, and he took right to it. He understood what needed to be done, how to take a writing prompt like that and turn it into the structure of an essay. I won't say it was great or award-winning, but he sat down, he understood the task, and he was able to get it done, which is a huge, huge improvement from where he was last year in his writing abilities. I expect now, being a third of the way done, we will work on polishing and making all of those essays a whole lot better, but really glad for what it's done for him, and it's been great to go through. Well, thank you for watching. That's the English this year. You now know the whole plan, and hope to see you later. Please click on one of our other videos and see what there is to see.